Okay, we'll read chapter 3 of the Case of the School Ghost, but let's talk about chapter 2. The fourth grade kids are doing that sleepover at school, and remember somebody knocked on Connor's door and left him a flashlight and a note, but Buddy doesn't know what the note says. And then Buddy noticed that when they picked up Michael, he had a flashlight in his backpack too, and it was the same one. And then they had pizza for dinner at school, and Buddy was picking up the crust, and then there's a storm, and they heard pounding in the ceiling, and Mr. Poe was talking about how it was Agatha, and then Connor's mom said, you know, that's pretend, it's not real. Okay, so chapter 3 is called A Ghostly Warning. Dun, dun, dun. I wish I knew whether there really were such things as ghosts. I wish I knew whether there was a ghost at this school. Whenever I want to solve a mystery like this, I start by making lists inside my head. Lists help me keep track of what I know and what I don't know. They also help me make a plan. Here is what I know about Agatha. She went to school here a long time ago. She isn't alive anymore. Here's what I don't know about Agatha. Is she really a ghost? Did she make the lights flicker? Is she banging around in the ceiling? I know a lot of humans and animals who say they've seen Agatha, but I don't know if any of them have really seen her. Sometimes humans think they've seen a ghost when they've really seen something else. Sometimes humans even lie about seeing ghosts. I don't know why they do that. Cat with No Name says he sees and talks to Agatha all the time, but you can't believe everything a cat tells you. You can believe dogs, though. Dogs never lie. I know a dog who says she's seen Agatha. The dog's name is Jazzy, and she lives right behind the school. I don't know if Jazzy really saw a ghost or if she just thinks she saw a ghost. She definitely saw something, though, and I'm going to find out what. Here's my plan. Stay up all night and watch for ghosts. I don't know what I'll do if I actually see one. Gather around, everyone. Mrs. Warner claps her hands together as the storm rages outside. We're in the library now. It's time for the scavenger hunt. Oh boy, a scavenger hunt! I love scavenger hunts! They're my favorite. Wait a minute. What's a scavenger hunt? Whatever it is, it must be fun because all the kids go zooming over to Mrs. Warner. They smell excited. So I zoom over too. I nose my way into the circle between Connor and Michael. Mrs. Warner holds up some papers. I sniff them. They don't smell like the papers Connor found in the box with the flashlight. Each group will get a list of things to find around the school, Mrs. Warner explains. The first group that finds everything on their list is the winner. I wag my tail. I'm good at finding things. Can we pick our own groups? Michael asks. No, we're going to number off, Mrs. Warner says. She points to each kid and says a number. I sit up extra tall so Mrs. Warner sees me, but she doesn't give me a number. Okay, Mrs. Warner says, 1's over here, 2's over there, 3's over there, and 4's over here. Whichever group finds all the items on their list first wins the scavenger hunt, Mrs. Warner says. Are you ready? Go! Go? I don't even know where to go. I see Connor and some girls hunched over their paper. I scamper over to them. A girl who smells like pizza, cats, and nail polish reads from the paper. A straw, a pink bead, a white rock, a left mitten, a lock of red hair, a book told from a dog's point of view. She looks up at the others in the group. Where are we supposed to find all this stuff? We can find the book here. Another girl who smells like pizza and different nail polish says, who knows a dog book? Shiloh, the first girl says. Connor says, that's told from the boy's point of view, not the dog's point of view. How are we supposed to find one from a dog's point of view? The second nail polish girl says, ah! Someone shrieks from the far bookshelf. Several boys and girls run out from the shelves. Mrs. Warner, they all cry out. There's a ghost back there. What? such thing as ghosts, Mrs. Warner says. Yes, there are, one of the girls insists. We all heard it. It said, stay out of the basement. That's the same as the message I got from Cat with No Name. I hurry over to where all those kids came from. If Agatha is back in those bookshelves, I want to meet her. I want to talk to her. A bunch of kids and Mrs. Warner all follow me. Halfway down the aisle, I hear the ghostly voice too. Stay out of the basement. Sniff, sniff. I smell something behind those books. The last time I smelled something behind the books in the library, it was a blue-tongued skink. My friend Maya hid him and some other lizards in the school basement, but then he got loose. I found him in the library, but he escaped before any of the humans found him. It took a long time to find him after that. Now he lives in a glass cage behind Mrs. Warner's desk. His name is Fluffy, but I call him Blue Tongue. Whatever is back there today, it doesn't smell like a blue-tongued skink. Whatever it is smells dusty and electrical. It's making sort of a scratchy, whispery noise. I stand up on my hind legs and nose some books out of the way. What's Buddy doing? One of the girls asked. Mrs. Warner, another girl says. Buddy's knocking books on the floor. He probably smells something, Connor says. I do. I smell, what is that thing on the shelf? Some sort of metal box. It's small, so I pick it up with my mouth. What is it? A girl asks. What does Buddy have? Connor takes the box from me. It starts talking in Connor's hand. Stay out of the basement. It's an old tape recorder, one of the girls says. Mrs. Warner holds out her hand and Connor gives her the tape recorder. Mrs. Warner presses a button on the recorder. There's a loud click and the whispery noise stops. Whose is this? Mrs. Warner asks. All of the kids look at each other, but no one raises a hand. I sniff the recorder. It has Jillian's scent all over it. I turn to Jillian, but she's looking at the ceiling. Why doesn't she tell Mrs. Warner that the recorder is hers? Why would Jillian hide a tape recorder behind the books? Does she want people to think there's a ghost in the library? Is she trying to scare people? Why would she do that? Fine, I'll just keep this until someone claims it, Mrs. Warner says. She brings the recorder over to her desk and puts it in the top drawer. Dun, dun, dun. The next chapter is called, Why is Everyone Acting So Weird? Okay, tomorrow.